and welcome to another helping of Mr H's Hot Pot. Join me and Mrs H today in Blackpool, where we're on Princes Promenade, which is close to the South Pier and at the back of the Metropole Hotel, which you can see in the background. And I'm going to tell you a little tale about a grisly murder in 1944, which happened in that building there, which is now blocked off. Now, back in 1944, and indeed for the duration of the war years, that was the air raid shelter for this area. What quite that would have done had the Luftwaffe decided to hit the promenade, who knows. But that was the air raid shelter. By 1944, the end was in sight for the Second World War, so the air raid shelter was just getting used by drunks, courting couples and that kind of thing. And on the evening of the 24th of July 1944, a courting couple actually found a rather grisly find where they found the body of a dead woman in there. A young lady by the name of Joan Long, and she'd been murdered, she'd been badly beaten unfortunately. Now, obviously there was an investigation into what had happened, and the police managed to narrow it down to an American serviceman, a bloke name of Montoya. He was an American Indian, and he was a mechanic in the US Air Force. Needless to say, he was arrested, but because he was an American serviceman, it had to be dealt with by the American authorities. So a court-martial was held in Blackpool police station, as it was then, to sort of give Britain a bit of jurisdiction over the trial, because it was a British civilian that was involved, and the American authorities. Now, the really sad part about it was he was handed a 10-year hard labour prison sentence and shipped off back to the States, and he was dealt with there. But the case, all the notes and everything, was under lock and key, and they'll only be released in 2020. Now, why is that, you might ask? Needless to say, no offence to the young lady who was murdered, it was just basically a trivial murder, really. And I don't mean that trivial as in the sense of her life's not important, it just means it wasn't a big case. Now, the reason as it was put under lock and key, the case, was simply, at the time, the British authorities and the Americans didn't want anything that the German propaganda machine could latch onto and use, as you know, there was a kind of animosity or confliction between the Allied forces. So what they did, they buried the case and they put it under lock and key until 2020, and the case notes have held at Kew, and they'll only be released on the 1st of January 2020. So we can only imagine that the horrific injuries and what Joan Long was subjected to in that air raid shelter. Now, I've been past this many times with Mrs H because we do this walk on quite a regular basis, and you wouldn't think that that was such a grisly murder, would you? It's a shame, it just shows you history's all around. Anyway, we're going to get off now because it's absolutely freezing and the light's fading. Plus I've got people walking past wondering what the hell I'm doing. So, until the next time, from myself and from Mrs H and the windy Blackpool, it is bye-bye for now.